This is gonna be like a short rant on like Steven Universe finale. We just literally finished watching it like a week ago. And I just wanna say, bro, the ending is a bit disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. When I watched it, the main thing that I got out of it was I think maybe, just maybe, this one might be a little rushed. And people did comment saying, you know what? Cartoon Network actually messed up Rebecca Sugar, and she actually had to fight for those last few episodes. And she did the best that she could with what she had. And you know what? That's fair. That's actually fair. However, I do feel like there's a lot of things that could have been done to set things up better towards the end. The main critique that I've always had with Steven Universe is there wasn't enough time spent on homeworld building. On homeworld world building. Like, let's think about this, dude. Like, how much at the end of Steven did we actually know about Homeworld? I genuinely feel like that's like a big part of the story. And it doesn't even have to be about Homeworld itself. It can literally be about all the colonies that Homeworld is responsible for. Like, if we had just seen that, I feel like the ending would have been so much better because you would have seen all the gems, their plight, and like why the diamonds are like so dangerous. But I've always felt like, you know what? We setting these people up as these galactic threats, but really all we've seen them do is threaten Earth. So I've always felt some level of discrepancy. Like every time we got a Beach City episode, I was like, bruh, this time could have been used to develop home world so much. And I understand why we spend so much time with Beach City. We had to, like, you know what, develop a connection to these people so that when Homeworld finally decided to act against him, we were all like, I care for these people. I'm invested. That's bro. Like, I'm starting to watch Steven Universe Future, and all that goes through my mind is, wouldn't it have been cool if I had been introduced to all these gems like throughout the season? And now that I see him grow into these new roles, these new jobs, I'm like, you know what? Good for you. I just felt like it would have had a bigger impact. And like the reason I'm so like bullish on this whole homeworld documentation is it would have made the Diamond's redemption arcs make sense, or rather hit home, because their redemption literally happens in like 4 episodes worth of content, 40 minutes, the last episode of the entire series, bro. I always point to one great example for like redemption arcs, and that's Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. The way they handled him, like from season one, you could actually see the cracks in his ideology, and throughout the entire series, you see him go, and you see him tiptoe from being good to being bad to being good to being bad, and when he finally like calms down to being a good oak, you're like, man, this feels so satisfying. This feels earned. The Diamond's redemption doesn't feel earned. Another example is within the show, Laws. The first season, I hated Laws, but by the end of it, I loved Laws because they made him earn his redemption. Like throughout the entire series, you see how he became the person that he is, and you see him go through stuff that made him change his view on the entire world. And now, as you see him, you're like, you know what? Lars is actually a good oak. I've seen White Diamond like 5 times. And in that time, she's gone from the universe's biggest threat to this cuddly creature. And like, it is just so jarring, bro. Like, to this day, I don't really know the origins of the diamonds. Like, that is like something that's just been left on the table. Maybe it gets addressed in future, but like right now, you had 5 episodes to like tell us who are these people, where they're from, how did they get here, maybe expose the issues with their logic and then bring them back home. Like, I genuinely feel like that was such a missed opportunity. But like, bruh, just, you know what? I'm not a writer, but like I genuinely just felt the need to get this off my chest.